Hey guys, in this position the strong master Jan Timman, as white, played something amazing and he won a fantastic game in only 2 moves. Of course, we're going to analyze this very soon, but first let's see how they got this position on the board. Keep watching. So Timman is playing as white and Van Wely is playing as black. We will go a little faster in the opening. So we have King's Pawn, Sicilian defense, and then this open variation. And black is going to play this 7 engine system, and white is going to play some sort of careless attack. This ideas with g4. Black plays bishop e7. They continue with a normal development, and then there is this move f4. Usually in these positions, white is going to attack very strongly in the king side. They will use the pawns to open some lines and create some weaknesses. Notice they have a very good control in the center, and also the pieces are more or less active, so they could be creating some interesting attack in the middle game. However, black can also try to counterattack in the center. Sometimes they will try to get some space in the queen side. Well, the game continues with queen c7, white castles, knight takes, queen takes, e5, the queen goes back, pawn takes, and in the game Timman is taking with the rook. Also bishop takes pawn is very well here. Well, rook takes pawn, bishop e6, rook f1, and then black castles, and this is when the action is going to start. Here Timman is going to play a very interesting move. You pause the video if you want, so you can try to find it. I will say it right now. Timman is playing here a double exchange sacrifice. So he plays here rook takes f6, very interesting move. Of course black is going to take with the bishop. If they take with the pawn on h6 is hanging, so it's not looking good. So they need to take with the bishop, and then there is another exchange sacrifice on f6. Now they have to take with the pawn. And well, what do we have now on the board? White just sacrificed 2 exchanges, and the question is there enough compensation for the 2 exchanges? Well, that is a very complicated question. Even for top masters, these kind of positions are really hard to evaluate. I guess Timman either played some opening study he had prepared before the game, or just played by intuition. So this means he sacrificed the pieces and he thought, well, I have some compensation here. There are many weaknesses in the king side. I can get some of these pawns, and my dark squares bishop is going to be a great piece. My opponent doesn't have a dark squares bishop to face this minor piece, so it's going to be a very good piece in the attack. I have some good attack possibilities. The rook are not really doing too much, and the minor pieces can create some damage and some threats in the king side. So in general we could say black is not lost here, but they need to play very accurately to be able to defend this position. Well, the game continues here with the move queen f2. This move is very well. White is taking here f6. They keep the threat on h6, and in some positions the queen now could go over h4. So white is just increasing the pressure here. Black is playing king g7 here. Actually this is not a very good move. A better move for Van Wely was here queen a5, trying to improve the queen and controlling some squares in the king side. Well, after king g7 there is another fantastic move. I would like you to pause the video and try to find it. I will say it right now. The move Timman is playing in this position is the nice e5. Now we are sacrificing the pawn, and black can take it either with d or f pawns. The idea of the sacrifice, well, Timman wants to clear this square so the other minor pieces can join the attack over e4. So the knight could come over e4, where it could be a great piece, and the same goes for the bishop. Could go over here to a great diagonal, and those minor pieces could be a great help in the attack. Now this is hard to win when you are attacking only with a queen and a bishop and your opponent has 2 exchanges down. However, if you are attacking with 3 minor pieces and a queen, and the enemy king is discovered, it could be very different. Well, in the game Van Wely is taking with the f pawn, and this is the position we had at the beginning of the video. Here Timman is playing some surprising move. I will say it right now. You pause the video if you want to find it. The move Timman is playing in this position is the surprising bishop takes h6. Here black can play 5 different moves. They can play king e8, h8, h7, h6, or g6. Well, after king h8 is more or less clear. We can just play queen f6, queen g7, that's mate in 2. And also after king g8, we play the same idea, queen f6, and this is a mate in net. No one stops queen g7. In the next, another move we need to analyze is this king a7. Then white could be playing queen f6, threatening checkmate on g8. The only move for black could be rook g8, and then bishop e4 check is very strong. Black can still play rook g6, and then do we capture the rook here? I don't think so. We have checkmate in 1, so we can just play queen g7, and there is a pin here, so the rook cannot move. So this could be winning for white after king a7. So another line we want to analyze is this king takes bishop, but actually there is a forced mate in this variation. White can just continue queen f6, king h7 is the only move, bishop e4, king g8 is almost the only move, and then we have some interesting checks, so we can put the queen here and then mate. So we can just play queen g5, queen h6, and then checkmate on a7. And finally, the move Van Wely is playing in the game was this king g6, but well, in this position Timman is just playing queen h4. Is very strong because now we are threatening queen g5, queen g7 with mate. In this position Van Wely resigns, but let's see what defensive option black could play here. For example, after rook g8, wanting to defend g7 so there is not a queen g5, queen g7. Well, in this position white could just play knight e4 using the square we cleared some moves ago, and then the attack is going to be too strong. Now there are ideas like queen h5 because now the king cannot escape, and then this covered checks over f8, and one more time this is just a winning for white. And also after f6 protecting g5, a very good way to continue was queen h5, and after the only move king h7 white takes the rook. Right now white is having a bishop and a knight for a rook, which is a good material advantage in this top level, and also they have a very clear and also strong attack in the king side. The question for today: could you find some of the challenging moves? Let me know in the comments. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Help my channel with some like if it was like that. Subscribe so you get notifications for my next videos. Never stop believing. See you in the next.